EPR stands for Extended Producer Responsibility. It's essentially a concept that shifts the burden of post-consumer waste management from governments and individuals to producers and manufacturers. Essentially what that means is you're taking it away from the end consumer and placing it on the people that are creating that waste. This approach encourages companies to take ownership of the entire life cycle of their products from creation to disposal. It's a pivotal strategy in combating environmental challenges we face today and is designed to revolutionize the way we approach environmental responsibility in certain regions, essentially making a more sustainable future for selling. EPR matters because it holds companies accountable for the products they make, use, and sell. Instead of just making things and then leaving the mess for someone else to deal with, EPR makes companies responsible for handling their products from start to finish. This is crucial because it helps reduce pollution, conserve resources, and protect the environment. When companies know they have to deal with the waste their products create, they're more likely to make things that are easier to recycle and produce less waste in the first place. Ultimately, EPR is about promoting sustainability and ensuring that businesses play their part in keeping the planet healthy for future generations. The future of extended producer responsibility holds promising prospects as global awareness of environmental issues continues to rise. EPR is expected to evolve and expand across industries and regions, with an increasing number of countries adopting or strengthening EPR regulations to address growing concerns about waste management and resource conservation. Future developments may include the inclusion of new product categories under EPR frameworks, such as textiles, furniture, and construction materials, as well as the integration of innovative technologies to enhance recycling processes, traceability of materials. Additionally, there may be greater emphasis on circular economy principles, encouraging product design for durability and recyclability to minimize waste generation and maximize resource efficiency. Collaboration among stakeholders, including governments, manufacturers, consumers, and recycling industries, will be essential to drive EPR initiatives forward and achieve sustainable outcomes. Ultimately, the future of EPR holds the promise of a more circular and sustainable economy, where producers take greater responsibility for the environmental impact of their products, leading to reduced waste, improved resource efficiency, and a healthier planet for future generations. EPR flips the script on traditional waste management by placing the responsibility on the shoulders of those who create the products, so the producers. This means anyone importing, selling, or manufacturing goods in certain jurisdictions are accountable not only for making the goods, but also what happens to them once consumers are done using them. Instead of passing the burdens onto local governments or taxpayers, EPR requires producers to take ownership of the entire life cycle of their products, from the manufacturing to the disposal. By making producers responsible, EPR encourages them to design products that are easier to recycle and produce less waste, ultimately fostering a more sustainable approach to consumption and production. Consumers play a vital role in EPR initiatives, and they stand to benefit in several ways. By purchasing products from companies that adhere to EPR principles, consumers can contribute to cleaner environment and healthier communities. EPR encourages companies to design products that are easier to recycle and dispose of responsibly, reducing the burden on landfills and incinerators. Additionally, EPR can lead to the development of more durable and sustainable products, saving consumers money in the long run. EPR empowers consumers to make more informed purchasing decisions, supporting companies that prioritize environmental sustainability. Unsure on the category in which your product falls into? Drop us a comment below. Some of the EPR registration processes can be slightly complicated, so let's dive into the most complicated of them all: German electronics. The German WEEE registration process is a crucial step for manufacturers and distributors of electronic and electrical equipment. Before placing products onto the market, companies must register with the designated authority and provide detailed information about the types and quantities of electrical and electronic equipment they produce or distribute. This process involves the appointment of an authorized representative, guarantee providers, and a waste collection and processing facilitator. Please note that this also comes with additional charges, so just something to be aware of if you're selling electronic equipment on the German market. This registration ensures that the manufacturers and distributors fulfill their obligations under the German Electrical and Electronic Equipment Act and contribute to financing the collection, recycling, and environmentally sound disposal of electronic waste. Failure to register or comply with the German WEEE requirements can result in legal penalties and fines, and ultimately the suspension of your products on marketplaces. By completing the registration process, companies demonstrate their commitment to responsible waste management and environmental sustainability, plus being able to sell your products on markets, contributing to sustainable management of electronic waste in Germany. Filing for EPR involves a structured process to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. Initially, during the registration process, companies must assess whether their products fall under EPR regulations and determine the applicable legislation based on their geographical selling location and the nature of their products. Once identified, companies will register with the relevant regulatory authority or a designated organisation responsible for overseeing EPR programs. This registration process involves a forecasted filing providing detailed estimated information about the types and the quantities of products placed onto the market, as well as fulfilling initial payments related to the collection, recycling and disposal of end-of-life products. Once registered, companies will need to submit periodic reports in relation to their relevant filing frequencies, detailing their activity, which will then be used to calculate a financial contribution to waste management authorities to cover the cost of the activity performed in certain jurisdictions. As a business, there are several steps you can take to make the future of EPR easier and more sustainable. Firstly, prioritise product design with environmental considerations in mind, aiming for products that are durable, repairable and recyclable. This proactive approach will not only reduce waste, but also make it easier to comply with EPR regulations in the long run. Secondly, invest in sustainable packaging solutions such as recyclable or biodegradable materials, minimising excess packaging where possible. Essentially, the heavier your products are, the more it's going to cost you in the long run. Additionally, stay informed about evolving EPR regulations and have an understanding of your data as a business. This would involve knowledge on quantities of units going into each jurisdiction, product and packaging weights, and also the materials that you're using. By taking these proactive measures, businesses can contribute to a more sustainable future and make EPR compliance easier and more effective.